Welcome everyone, Madman bringing another RSL video. So today the Brewguard Jeroboam fusion has begun and we're going to do our standard technical breakdown. Alright, we're kicking things off with the Dragon Tournament. And per usual, 2,250 points will get you 5 fragments, so this will be a frag fusion champion event. And if we scroll over to info here, again, standard rates apply for the rank and rarity of the artifacts that you collect while doing Dragon. Champ Training Tournament at 3,550 points, again 5 fragments, and at 6,350, another 5 fragments. So that falls in line with the higher end of what they have been giving us lately. And then if we go into info, this being a tournament, we have standard points here for each level as you rank up, whether they're a 5-star or 6-star or 1-star or 2-star. And then of course when you actually rank them up, depending on where they're at and where they're going, standard points apply there as well. And then the upside is Ascension counts in the tournament, not the event, and those points seem to be standardized points as well. And lastly, using skill tomes will give you points as well, and those have not changed. Dungeon Divers, and as usual, 3,700 points for the 5 fragments, and standard rates apply for the gear. Artifact enhancement, and if we scroll down here, standard 4,775 points apply, in this case giving you 5 more fragments, and standard points apply for your gear. Fire Knight Tournament, 2,250 point threshold for the 5 fragments, and if we come over here, standard rates apply for gear. Champ Chase Tournament, and we have 5 fragments up for grabs at 1,300 points. And then at 3,000 points, another 10 frags for 15 total. Now, this is not as low as it's been. At least in the last year, it's been as low as 1,200. This has actually been upwards of 3,650. And then, of course, you know, if it's actually like a champion, like say an epic or whatever, then, or the frags for it, it's been as high as like 5,500. But this is actually a little bit, not much, but a little bit on the low side as well. So not sure what's going on here, but maybe because they've been draining us. You know, they're low on the points requirements. Anyway, if we come here to the info, we can see standard rates per shards still apply. Classic Arena. Again, our standard 390 points to get 5 frags. And if we come over here to the info, standard rates apply for your points based on where you are in Arena. Artifact Enhancement, event number 2, standard 4,775 to get the 5 fragments, and standard points apply for upgrades. Dungeon Diver event number 2, 3,700 points, 5 fragments available there. Again, standard points apply. Spider Tournament, standard 2,250 points for 5 fragments, And if we come here, standard point rate supply to the accessories and their rarity. Ice Golem Tournament. 2250 points for 5 frags. Coming over here to the info, standard rate supply for your artifacts, their rank and their rarity. Artifact enhancement number 2, and if we scroll down, 4775 is the point threshold to yield 5 fragments. Typically standard there, with the standard points for upgrading. Alright, before we move here with Classic Arena Takedown, just want to state that the artifact enhancement previous to this was actually the third go round, not the second. But here we go with the second go round of Classic Arena. Again, standard 390 points for 5 fragments. And then if we come here, we see standard points based on where you fight in arena. Champion Training Event, and we have 5 fragments up for grabs at the 3100 level. So kind of standard here lately for the low end, and then 6100 for another 5 frags. Slightly at the low end for the secondary. Normally, sometimes they push it up size 6500, so not too bad. I do remember the days when this used to be like 10,000 points, maybe even 9, but at least 10. Now it's been kind of pushed up to 11. Let's see, after that insulting point spread there for leveling up during the Deck of Fate, we are back to normal points here for leveling up and normal points for ranking up. Alright, I decided to do things a little different and finish things off with a hero's path. So if you've done everything up to this point, you should have 90 fragments. And they have put in 5, 10, 15, 20 fragments available. So if you missed 10, you can make it up, but there is a cost here. So this is a mixture of a summon rush and a dungeon divers. So let's look at the points here real quick here. I believe this is like standard points here when they do these heroes path for the rank and the rarity here. Now I will tell you, based on the 3,700 point mark, that I would say on average, maybe you're getting 31 points on average, and you have to do about between 265 and 285 runs, but basically going to come out to about 8,500 points worth of gear if you were doing the dungeon diver point portion of that. Now, I want to say this is up a little higher here, but I'm not sure. I want to say this is maybe standard here for, again, the hero's path here as far as Shard goes. I know the Sacred's the same, Primal and Void, and I'm pretty sure the Ancient is the one. It might be in question, but anyway, looks like pretty standard points there across the board, so at least they're back to that. Now real quick, we go back to the hero's path. You have to get a key for every 5 fragments. So if you need all 20, you need 4 keys. Well, you can come down, either here or here, doesn't matter, and you can get to here. You can pick up 1 key, 2 key. For some reason, if you need a 3rd key, you can get 3rd key, But if you need all 4 keys, you'd skip you'd skip this one. Actually, it wouldn't matter. You could skip it or not, and then you'd have to come straight down and pick up 2 keys just to get these fragments. Now, if you just need the 10 fragments, you gotta get 20,500 points, and that is equivalent to 5 sacreds, so not too bad. About like a typical summon rush, or about 4 sacreds, slightly more if you're doing the artifact part of it too, and you did equivalent to the dungeon diver. So there you go there. If you needed to get all 20, you need 55,500 points, and that is equivalent to a little over 12 sacred shards, so a little bit more pricey if you need all 20 there. You can supplement with other shards, but you probably knock off, like I said, about 2 shards, so maybe 10 to get all 20 if you did the 8,500 points worth of dungeon divers that's kind of built in here. And they do have Odin's event going on right now, and I think Ice Golem is still left, so it's not too bad there. If you wanted to go for the 5-star soul, good luck to you. I haven't figured it out because I don't really care. Anyway, a little bit of and the way they've been going this week, just, yeah, I wouldn't go for the soul. I'm not even going for the champion there. But that is the breakdown of the points and the requirements to get the points there for Brewguard. So have a nice day.